Hello from Norway. It's been a few weeks since I came back from Finland, and I'll be honest, it's been quite hard on me, and I've struggled quite a bit. I feel like I've failed somehow, even though I know leaving Finland was for my own well-being and the best decision for me. But even so, it's been hard. A few weeks after I came back, one of my best friends, Malin, reached out to me. Malin asked me if I wanted to join her and her sister's family on a small family getaway. I of course said yes, and it couldn't have come at a better time. It was exactly what I needed. A mountain trip with my best friend sounded perfect at this moment. And I was so grateful for the invite. I once again packed up my suitcase and took the ferry across the fjord to Oslo, where I was supposed to meet Malin at her apartment, where I was going to spend the night and leave the next day for Savalen. Malin just forgot her scarf, so I am waiting for her to get it, and it's currently 10 something, I think. So we're going to take a train to Ski, which is really close to Oslo, and then we are going to get picked up by someone Malin knows and is going to come on this trip. So then we have a 4-hour drive in front of us. We found our way to the train station, and we wanted to buy something to drink to bring along on the train. Something both Malin and I have in common is our love for Japan, and something we both miss is the canned iced coffee. So we are on an everlasting hunt to find something similar. We both find that Monster's version is really good, but there are few places that sells it. Therefore, we tried Starbucks canned iced coffee. So we bought this iced coffee. I think I'm gonna spill it. I want to do it now. Okay. Oh wow. I'm doing it wrong. Wait. Oh, here we go.
Jeg tror den er bedre, den smaker bedre, fordi jeg tror den er mer usunn enn den monster-versjonen. For det smaker jo faktisk som de gjør på, de som har alt for mye sukker og melk i det.
En score ut av 10, hvor mye ligger den på?
En 7, kanskje?
Blir en 6 ut av 10, tror jeg.
Den er litt for søt og har litt for mye melk.
Den mangler litt den kaffesmaken.
Ja, så man skulle tro man fikk siden den heter double shot espresso.
We met up with our driver in Ski, where we were finally on our way to Savalen. Savalen is located around 300 kilometers from Oslo and is in between Oslo and Trondheim, where Malin's family is actually from. And to be honest, I hadn't really heard about Savalen before, but I now know it's a really popular family vacation spot. And when you're traveling this far, it is obligated to stop along the way, and we decided to stop at a famous place. So this is Norway's biggest moose. As you can see, it is huge. It is so big. Malin is so small. Malin!
Yes.
What are we seeing here?
Big moose.
She's right. It's a big moose. It's beautiful. Oh, you can see us. Hello.
Den sto jeg.
Det er svær.
Det kommer ikke bra. Den hadde vært litt skummelt om elgen var så stor.
Det er en gutt.
Ja, det
As we were getting closer to our destination, we saw the scenery changing. And before heading up the mountain, we had to stop by the grocery store to buy breakfast and dinner for the next days. We bought ingredients to make some homemade pizza to have in the evening with Malin's sister's family. And then we were on our way up the mountain to check into our hotel room. We checked into our hotel room and it was really beautiful. And we shared it with Malin's sister's friend and her daughter. This is our room. And the rest of the evening we spent with Malin's sister, and after a long day of traveling, we took an early night. The next day we woke up to it snowing, and it was so beautiful. We decided that after eating breakfast, we would go on a hike to see Savalen from a higher point. We found a round trip that led to a view over the Savalen lake, and then past 3 other lakes on the way back home. We headed out the door and started to climb the mountain. And we also brought along Malin's sister's dog Bodil, a very cute and independent westie. And she seemed to be overjoyed to be able to come along. This hike was a long-needed one. It had been so long since I've hiked up a mountain, and I enjoyed every moment of it. We took a steep path up the mountain, and the fresh snow made the air seem crispy, and we both dressed as we thought it was going to be really cold. But as soon as the sun got higher up on the sky, the sun started to heat up the earth, leading to both of us and the snow melting. There are a few things in nature that never seems to stop to amaze me. And one of them is watching the low clouds move between mountains. It gives me such inner peace, and seeing this on our way up the mountain made me live in the moment. And finally, the stress that had been building up inside of me was starting to let go. And I would have Malin to thank for that, and I'm ever so grateful for her invitation to join on this trip, as well as all her support after I came back to Norway. Quite unique how some friendships are. Some people you meet, you just know you want to stay in touch with throughout your life. And Malin and I have such a friendship. We lost touch for many years when Malin moved to the USA. But when she moved back to Oslo, we got back in touch, and we've been hanging out ever since that day. There are certain things one might take for granted when getting comfortable with each other. For example, I really appreciate to have someone that wants to try different things with me. And just like the iced coffee, we bought a somewhat local drink from Røros. We bought it with the intention to try it while hiking, which is also a kind of strange tradition we adapted into our hiking routine. Seemingly small things like this, which might seem like unimportant moments, are actually what makes the most impression on me. We tried to rush down a mountain in order to grill with Malin's sister and her family, but as soon as we arrived to the lavoo, they were finished. Even so, it was really nice to relax after a long hike, and we sat there talking for quite a while afterwards. In the afternoon, we met up with Malin's sisters and went to the pool area, which was really nice and relaxing. In the evening, the hotel offered a buffet, and it was the perfect ending to our last night at Savalen. The next day we were going to leave, but we wanted to have one last adventure before the long car ride back home. Malin's sister signed her and her children up for horseback riding, and we joined along. It was snowing and was quite cold, but it was an experience we won't forget.
Hi.
And so, this was the end of our adventure to Savalen. I had a great time, and I hope it won't be long until our next trip together.